Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, November 23rd. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and triple Qs. And the market, after what it did yesterday, late in the day, after the market attempted to rally, pretty interesting day, right? The way we all started up, flushed out big time in E, spent the entire afternoon, except for M, taking all of E period back for the most part, only to give it all up and a lot more in M. And now here we are this morning with 75 minutes to go prior to the opening, and we're trading, all of us, either right at M's low or below it. So we all went out with price spikes or price probes, right? So the most positive opening for bears is to open in that price spike or below it, for a bunch of reasons. Number one, it would show you sellers are still there. Number two, value would be lower to start. And number three, a possibility of a gap. So again, we had a very small range last week in ES and SPY, so the possibility of taking out last week's low is very, very much on the table. Right now, we're only about $1 away from it. And then everything, and I mean everything, gets put on the table as far as outside week down, outside week up, if that is to happen. Right now, the only thing I'll give you is a pre-market high and low. Right now, pre-market high in SPY, I'm showing at 468.36, and the pre-market low, it's 465.68. However, there was a print in N period, it looks like, at 470.41. So, again, I'm using 468.36 for now, though, as my upside overnight. As far as a game plan. Now, here's one bit of good news so far. Again, there's 75 minutes to go, and a lot can happen. But right now, the volume is only 430,000. So it's not like the volume's very heavy as they continue to push. But again, it's a holiday week, and we still have 75 minutes. We'll see. So the game plan for this morning for me is quite simple. Now, this is a large price spike. E's low is 469.25. The day's low is 467.35. It's $1.90. So if you do get back into M's range, I don't know how much heat you want to take, right? You should be looking for shorts because of the lower value in the price spike. But again, it's just like a large gap down, and I want better risk reward. Same on this price spike. If we get back into M's range, I don't want to take a put play right away, because right now the overnight is going to be short. So if they decide to have some kind of inventory adjustment, I'd rather have a better risk reward short against E's low. Okay? On the flip side, if we gap lower, now you can look for a short, because then if they fill the gap, you can get out and then look for another short if they take back some of the price probe. Right? Does that make sense? So those are two shorts I would look for. Now in the next 75 minutes, if we gap a lot lower, especially near last week's low, remember, it will be, if you take out last week's low, you're in balance. So then you're going to have to see how that reacts. Plus, right below last week's low are those two sets of single prints from November 12th. So you'd have to keep that in mind. Is there a call play right here? Not right here, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're going to have lower value, you have the price spike, and you might possibly have a gap. Now, if you gap lower inside of those single prints, then there's another weekly low to deal with down at 462.04. So if the market really got frisky in the next 75 minutes and decide to have a large gap, I might actually take a long against that weekly low the first time. But that's $5 away. Now, another thing to keep in mind is the 20-day moving average, which right now, before we open, is at 464.58. So, again, that's $3 away from where we are. But again, that could be a responsive buying area for two reasons. It would be below the first set of single prints from the 12th. Actually, it would be below both sets of single prints, but it would be above the other daily high of 464.41. So maybe the first time there you'd get responsive buying, and I would take a call play against that. But until I get more MGI, I'm not looking for a call play at this point. And then quickly on the chart. So here's the weekly. It was a very small range last week. We took it out easily yesterday, and now there's a possibility of taking out the low of it. If you do, you come into a 3-week balance. 462.04, and then yesterday's all-time high. If you take out that 462.04 level, then 458.20 becomes the target, and now you have a much bigger balance. Okay? The monthly is still very healthy, right? I mean, we're still above last month's high by $8. And then on the daily, we came into balance yesterday with that outside day down. Remember, we all had outside day downs. That's pretty bearish. So you would expect to follow through and you would expect to test last week's low. The question is what happens there. If you defend it or get below it a little bit and come back in, well, then it's just a 4-day balance, including today. If you get any acceptance below it, then the daily would go to down, and we should certainly go test the 20-day moving average. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.